As dawn breaks over the endless African savanna, golden light spills across a world teeming with life. The air is cool, heavy with the scent of earth and wildflowers, and the grasses ripple in the gentle breeze. In this vast, untamed wilderness, one animal stands at the pinnacle of power and prestige. This is the lion, a creature whose very presence commands respect. With a mane that glows like fire in the morning sun and eyes that pierce the horizon, the lion is the undisputed monarch of these ancient plains. Its tawny coat is a masterpiece of camouflage, allowing it to vanish into the tall, sun-bleached grasses. Even the largest male can disappear, unseen by prey and rival alike, until the moment he chooses to reveal himself. The rhythm of the savanna is set by the movements of these magnificent predators. As the pride stirs, the entire ecosystem responds. Herds shift, birds take flight, and the landscape holds its breath. The mere presence of lions shapes the lives of countless creatures. Grazers and browsers alter their routes, always wary of the silent hunters lurking in the grass. Every movement, every decision is influenced by the shadow of the lion. The male lion, with his regal mane and formidable stature, is a living symbol of strength and authority. His presence alone can deter rivals and inspire awe in all who cross his path. But the lion's true power lies not just in his claws or his teeth, but in his voice. A single roar can shatter the silence of the night, echoing across the plains like thunder. On a still night, the deep, resonant roar of a male lion can travel for miles, a proclamation of dominance that ripples through the darkness and stirs unease in every creature that hears it. This is not merely a sound, it is a declaration, a warning and a promise. It marks the boundaries of a kingdom ruled by tooth and claw. Each roar, each scent mark, is a message to all who would challenge the pride. This land is claimed, and it will be defended with ferocity. For the other inhabitants of the savanna, the lion's roar is a chilling reminder of the ever-present threat. It is a sound that shapes their lives, dictating when and where they move, rest, and feed. The pride's powerful vocalizations keep its members connected across great distances, reinforcing bonds and asserting their dominance over the sprawling territory they call home. At the heart of the pride is a complex family unit, built around a core of related lionesses. Their cooperation is the foundation of the pride's strength. Lionesses are the pride's primary hunters, working together with remarkable precision. They fan out, using the cover of grass and the element of surprise to encircle their prey, communicating silently with flicks of their tails and subtle glances. The males, often brothers or close allies, serve as guardians. They patrol the boundaries, ready to confront any intruder, be it a rival lion or a prowling hyena. Scent marking is a ritual, a silent but potent warning. Every tree, every bush becomes a signpost in the invisible map of the lion's domain. Constant vigilance is the price of survival. Lionesses keep a watchful eye on their cubs, ever alert to the dangers that lurk, leopards, hyenas, and even rival lions. When the hunt is successful, the pride gathers to feast. The kill is shared, with cubs and adults alike tearing into the fresh meat, their faces stained with the blood of survival. Here, the lessons of the wild are passed from one generation to the next. The lion's reign casts a long shadow. Their presence creates a landscape of fear, shaping the very rhythm of life for every creature on the savanna. In this kingdom of grass and sky, the lion is both ruler and guardian, a living legend whose story is written in every sunrise and every silent stalk through the golden grass. The lion's influence stretches far beyond the boundaries of its territory, weaving an invisible thread through the entire ecosystem. Even when unseen, the lion's presence is felt in every corner of the savanna, shaping the lives and behaviors of countless creatures. The scent marks left by a lion, or the deep imprint of its paw in the earth, serve as silent warnings. These subtle signs ripple through the animal kingdom, causing herds and solitary creatures alike to alter their paths, feeding patterns, and even their daily routines. Grazing animals such as zebras, wildebeest and antelope become hyper-vigilant at the faintest hint of a lion's presence, their bodies tense, muscles coiled, ears flicking to catch the slightest sound. The mere possibility of a lion nearby is enough to disrupt their feeding, forcing them to cluster together for safety and scan the horizon for movement. The lion's silent authority extends to other predators as well. Jackals, hyenas, and wild dogs must constantly weigh the risks of venturing too close to a lion's domain. Their movements become cautious, their hunts more opportunistic, as they strive to avoid deadly encounters and the loss of their hard-earned meals. For solitary hunters like leopards and cheetahs, the lion's presence is a constant shadow. A leopard sensing a lion's approach may abandon its kill and retreat to the safety of the treetops, while a cheetah, exhausted from the chase, must devour its prey in haste, always alert for the telltale signs of a larger predator closing in. This ever-present threat of kleptoparasitism, having their food stolen, forces these hunters to adapt, becoming more efficient, secretive, and cautious. The landscape itself is shaped by this dynamic, as animals learn to avoid dense thickets, riverbanks, and other places where lions might lie in ambush. Over time, these patterns of avoidance carve invisible highways and danger zones across the savanna. Well-trodden paths emerge in open areas, while waterholes, vital for survival, become fraught with peril. Animals approach these lifelines with extreme caution, drinking quickly and remaining ever watchful for the sudden rush of a lion. The daily migrations and movements of herds are dictated not only by the search for food and water, but by the need to avoid the lion's hunting grounds. Even the smallest creatures, from birds to rodents, sense the shift in the air when a lion is near. The savanna's usual chorus falls silent, creating an acoustic vacuum that signals danger to all. In these moments of stillness, the most vulnerable animals freeze or hide, relying on camouflage and silence to escape notice. The lion's mere presence can halt the flow of life, as if the entire ecosystem is holding its breath. Through these subtle, often unseen influences, the lion maintains the delicate balance of nature. By controlling the movements and behaviors of other animals, it prevents overgrazing, supports the health of plant life, and ensures that the savanna remains a thriving, dynamic ecosystem. The lion's silent power is a force that shapes the world around it, leaving an indelible mark on every living thing that shares its realm. On the endless plains of the savanna, the air is thick with tension. Here, the African wild dogs, painted in splashes of ochre, black and white, move as one, their eyes sharp, their bodies lean and built for endurance. But today, the true drama is not between predator and prey, but between the kings themselves, rival lion packs, each determined to claim dominance over this contested land. The ground trembles as two coalitions of lions approach, their golden coats gleaming in the harsh sunlight. Each group is led by powerful males, their manes thick and dark, signaling both maturity and ferocity. The air vibrates with low growls and the deep resonant roars that echo for miles, a warning and a challenge. Lionesses, the backbone of each pride, flank their leaders, eyes narrowed and muscles taut. Cubs are hurriedly shepherded into the tall grass, hidden from view as the adults prepare for the coming storm. Young subadults, not yet full warriors, watch with a mix of fear and awe, their tails flicking nervously. The rival males circle, each step deliberate, every muscle coiled. Their eyes lock, amber against amber, each searching for a sign of weakness, a momentary lapse in confidence. The tension is palpable, a silent battle of wills before the physical clash. Suddenly, the silence shatters. With a thunderous roar, the males lunge, claws unsheathed, fangs bared. The impact is brutal, muscle against muscle, power against power. Lionesses join the fray, their loyalty to their pride driving them into the chaos. Dust and fur fill the air as bodies collide, each lion fighting not just for territory, but for the survival of their bloodline. In the heart of the melee, A lion is pinned beneath his rival, teeth sinking into his mane. He thrashes, desperate, as the pride's future hangs in the balance. Nearby, a lioness drags a wounded cub to safety, her eyes wide with fear and determination. The cries of the injured echo across the plains, a haunting reminder of the stakes. As the dust settles, the defeated coalition limps away, bloodied and exhausted, their pride in disarray. The victors stand tall, chests heaving, manes matted with sweat and blood. They roar their triumph to the sky, a declaration of dominance that reverberates across the savannah. Lionesses regroup, gathering their cubs, relief mingling with exhaustion. In the distance, wild dogs watch, ever opportunistic, alert to the shifting balance of power. For them, the chaos of the lions' clash may mean a chance to scavenge or a warning to keep their distance. As dusk falls, the savannah is quiet once more. The victors rest, licking their wounds, while the vanquished disappear into the shadows. The wild dogs melt into the tall grass, ever watchful, ever calculating. On these plains, every victory is temporary, every defeat a lesson in survival. In the end, the savannah belongs to those who can adapt, who can fight and endure. The clash of lion packs is a brutal reminder that here power is always contested and the struggle for dominance never truly ends. The rivalry between lions and spotted hyenas is as old as the savannah itself, a relentless struggle played out beneath the burning African sun and the cool starlit nights. These two apex predators are locked in a perpetual contest, their fates intertwined by the unforgiving laws of nature. Across the vast open plains, every hunt, every kill, and every carcass becomes a battleground. The air is thick with tension as both species vie for dominance, each determined to secure enough food to sustain their kin and defend their territory from encroachment. Spotted hyenas, often underestimated as mere scavengers, are in fact formidable hunters. Their stamina and teamwork allow them to chase down prey over long distances, their laughter-like calls echoing as they coordinate the pursuit. Within the clan, a strict hierarchy governs every interaction. Each member knows its place, and the matriarch's authority is absolute. The dominant female leads with cunning and strength, orchestrating hunts and confrontations with calculated precision. A single clan can swell to more than 80 individuals, a living tide of muscle and teeth that sweeps across the grasslands. Each adult hyena, weighing up to 140 pounds, is a powerhouse built for endurance and aggression. Their jaws are legendary, capable of exerting a bone-crushing force that few animals can match. With over 1,000 psi of pressure, they shatter bones with ease, devouring every last scrap of nourishment. This ability gives them an edge, allowing them to access marrow and nutrients that others leave behind. But it is at the kill site where the true drama unfolds. Lions and hyenas face off in tense, volatile standoffs, each side reading the other's movements, waiting for a moment of weakness. When a lone lioness brings down prey, she is acutely aware of the ever-present threat lurking in the shadows. The hyena clan approaches, their numbers swelling as they close in, eyes glinting with anticipation. They fan out, encircling the lioness with military precision, each member playing a role in the unfolding siege. The circle tightens, the air vibrating with their eerie, whooping calls, a signal to attack and a warning to the lioness. Their voices rise in a haunting chorus, a psychological weapon meant to intimidate and disorient. The bravest hyenas dart in, nipping at her flanks, testing her resolve, while others distract and harass from all sides. The lioness lashes out with claws and teeth, but the relentless swarm presses closer, their confidence growing with every second. She stands her ground, muscles tensed, eyes blazing with defiance, but the odds are stacked against her. As the hyenas close in, their numbers overwhelming, the lioness is forced to make a desperate choice, fight to the death or retreat and survive. More often than not, she abandons her hard-won meal, the hyenas surging forward to claim the spoils in a frenzy of snapping jaws and triumphant calls. The lioness slinks away, frustration and hunger burning in her eyes, a stark reminder of the constant pressure exerted by her rivals. But lions are not without their own tactics. When a pride is together, their unity becomes their greatest weapon. Sometimes the pride takes the offensive, stalking through the tall grass toward hyena territory, their movements silent and deliberate. In a calculated act of preemptive warfare, lions may launch a raid on a hyena den, targeting the vulnerable cubs hidden within the earth. The cubs, defenseless and fragile, are the future of the clan. Their loss is a devastating blow to the hyena's strength. By reducing the next generation, the lions tip the balance of power in their favor, ensuring fewer rivals in the years to come. This brutal strategy is not born of malice, but of necessity, a cold calculation in the endless struggle for dominance. Lions patrol their territory relentlessly, marking boundaries and asserting their supremacy with every step. The savanna is a place where every advantage is hard-won, and every weakness is exploited. Here, survival is a numbers game, and only the strongest, most cunning, and most united can hope to thrive. The lion, ever watchful, surveys the land, always alert for the next challenge, the next incursion by the hyena clans. Yet, the balance of power can shift in an instant. The arrival of a male lion on the scene is a moment of reckoning. His massive frame and thunderous presence send a ripple of fear through even the boldest hyena clan. The hyenas, so confident in their numbers, falter before his raw power and aggression. The standoff becomes a rout. As the male lion strides toward the carcass, the hyenas scatter, their courage dissolving in the face of the king's wrath. Panic erupts, the clan fleeing in all directions, their earlier bravado replaced by desperate retreat. The male lion's dominance is absolute, his mere presence enough to reclaim what was lost and restore order. His roar echoes across the plains, a declaration of supremacy that leaves no doubt as to who rules this land. As the pride's ultimate defender, the male lion stands vigilant, a living barrier between his family and the ever-present threat of the hyenas. In this ancient war, every encounter is a test of strength, strategy, and will. The savanna's fate is written in the dust and blood of these epic battles where only the most relentless can hope to reign supreme. In the heart of the African savanna, a silent drama unfolds among the trees. Here, the leopard reigns as the most solitary and elusive of the big cats, its presence often betrayed only by a flick of a tail or the glint of golden eyes from the shadows above. Weighing around 130 pounds, the leopard is smaller and less powerful than the formidable lion, whose sheer size and strength dominate the open plains. Yet the leopard is a master of agility and stealth. Its lithe body and powerful limbs allow it to move with astonishing speed, darting through tall grasses or leaping effortlessly between branches. The trees are the leopard's greatest allies. Unlike the lion which rules the ground, the leopard has evolved to exploit the vertical world, using the dense canopies and sturdy branches as both sanctuary and vantage point. In the fork of a tree, the leopard finds safety, rest, and a place to survey its territory. Here, it is shielded from the dangers that prowl below. With a sudden burst of energy, the leopard can ascend a tree trunk in seconds, its sharp claws digging into the bark, muscles rippling beneath its spotted coat. In short sprints, it can reach speeds over 35 miles per hour, but it is the vertical escape that truly sets it apart. This remarkable climbing ability is the leopard's shield against the lion, whose bulk and power are rendered useless among the branches. From above, the leopard watches, ever alert, as lions patrol the ground below. When the leopard hunts, its first instinct is to protect its prize. The kill is not just food, it is survival, and the trees are the safest vault. With astonishing strength, the leopard hauls its prey, sometimes heavier than itself, high into the branches. This feat is a testament to its power and determination, a ritual repeated countless times in the wild. Above the reach of scavenging hyenas and the ever-watchful lions, the leopard dines in relative peace. The ground below teems with danger, but in the treetops, the leopard claims a rare moment of solitude. Here, meals can last for days, the leopard returning again and again to its hidden larder, savoring each bite as the sun sets over the savanna. The trees are more than shelter. They are a private dining room, a fortress, and a lookout. The leopard's world is woven into the branches, where it can vanish from sight and avoid direct confrontation with the dominant predators below. But even this strategy has its limits. The leopard remains ever vigilant, knowing that safety is never absolute. When a pride of lions gathers at the base of a tree, the tension is palpable. The lions, patient and persistent, may wait for hours, their eyes fixed on the branches above. While adult male lions are too heavy for such feats, lionesses, especially the young and agile, can and do climb. Their claws grip the bark, their bodies stretching upward in pursuit of the elusive leopard. Sometimes lionesses work together, one climbing to flush the leopard from its perch while others wait below, ready to pounce should the leopard make a desperate escape. If the leopard is forced to the ground, the odds shift dramatically. Surrounded by a pride, its chances of survival dwindle to almost nothing. The competition for food is fierce. Lions, ever opportunistic, may leap for the branches, attempting to snatch the leopard's hard-won meal from its grasp. A determined lioness, driven by hunger, might climb higher than expected, reaching for the carcass that hangs just out of reach, her claws scraping the bark as she stretches for the prize. In these moments, the leopard must make a choice, risk a deadly confrontation or abandon its meal. Almost always it chooses escape, leaping from the tree in a blur of spots, vanishing into the undergrowth as the lions claim the spoils. Such encounters reveal the delicate balance of power in the savanna. Even the most ingenious strategies have their limits, and every day is a test of survival. In this world of shadows and branches, the leopard moves with caution and grace, forever playing a silent game of cat and mouse with the lions below. The trees are both refuge and battleground, shaping the destinies of these magnificent predators in a landscape untouched by human hands. The cheetah is a marvel of biological engineering, the fastest land animal on Earth. Every muscle, every tendon, every sinew in its body is built for one thing: speed. In the golden light of dawn, the cheetah crouches low in the grass, its amber eyes locked on a distant herd of gazelles. The air is tense, the savanna silent except for the faint rustle of wind through the grass. With a sudden burst, the cheetah explodes into action, accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just a few heartbeats. Its paws barely touch the earth as it weaves through the grass, closing the gap with astonishing precision. The gazelle darts and zigzags, but the cheetah's flexible spine and long tail allow it to match every twist and turn. But this incredible speed comes at a steep price. The cheetah's body, so finely tuned for acceleration, is fragile compared to its rivals. After the chase, it collapses, sides heaving, tongue lolling, utterly spent. Its heart pounds furiously as it gulps air, desperate to recover. The cheetah's slender, lightweight frame, long legs, and flexible spine are all adaptations for running, but they leave it vulnerable. It lacks the brute strength and thick muscle of other big cats. This makes the cheetah the weakest of Africa's big cats, a specialist in a world of generalists. In a direct confrontation with a lion, the cheetah stands no chance. The lion's sheer power and aggression are overwhelming. The cheetah's only hope is to run, faster and farther than any threat. Its survival depends on its ability to sense danger early and escape before it's too late. Every moment is a race against time. The cheetah's keen senses are always alert, scanning the horizon for the flicker of a mane or the shadow of a predator. After a successful hunt, exhaustion sets in. The cheetah is at its most vulnerable, muscles trembling, vision blurred from the effort. It may take up to half an hour to recover, precious minutes during which danger can strike at any moment. This recovery period is a time of extreme peril. The cheetah's ears twitch at every sound, its eyes darting, knowing that any predator could appear. The scent of fresh blood drifts on the wind, a silent signal to lions and hyenas that a meal is ready and unguarded. The cheetah must eat with frantic urgency, tearing at its kill while constantly scanning the horizon for the approach of danger. If a lion appears, there is no hesitation. The cheetah abandons its meal instantly, fleeing for its life. There is no time for regret. The cheetah must leave its hard-won prize behind, knowing that to stay would mean certain death. Fighting back is not an option. The cheetah's only weapon is its speed. For a mother with cubs, the loss of a meal is devastating. Her energy is finite, and her cubs depend on every successful hunt. She must hunt again, burning more energy, while her cubs grow weaker with every failed attempt. The relentless pressure from lions and other predators is a major reason why so many cheetah cubs never reach adulthood. They must learn to hide, to stay silent, to survive in a world where danger is everywhere. The constant threat of losing their food, of being hunted themselves, makes the cheetah's existence a precarious one. Always on the edge, always running. The cheetah's strategy is avoidance. It moves with stealth, using the tall grass for cover, always seeking to stay out of sight. It hunts during the hottest part of the day, when lions and hyenas are most likely to be resting in the shade, avoiding the worst of the heat. The cheetah prefers open plains, where its keen eyesight can spot threats from afar and its speed can be unleashed without obstacle. In this vast, sun-baked world, the cheetah is a specialist, an animal that has traded strength for speed, power for agility. It has carved out a niche for itself, but this very specialization makes it vulnerable. In the brutal, competitive society of the African savanna, where strength often trumps swiftness, the cheetah's life is a never-ending race. A race it must win every single day, just to survive. From the moment a lion is born, its life is a relentless battle against the odds, a journey marked by both heartbreak and hope. In the shelter of tall grasses, a lioness brings her cubs into the world. They arrive blind, fragile, and utterly dependent, their tiny bodies trembling as they nuzzle close to their mother's warmth. For weeks she hides them away, her heart pounding at every distant roar or rustle. The world outside is unforgiving, and she knows that even a moment's lapse could spell disaster for her precious young. Despite her fierce devotion, the odds are stacked against her. Hunger, disease, and lurking predators claim many cubs before they ever see the sun rise over the savanna. Only 4 out of every 10 cubs will survive to adulthood, a sobering reminder of nature's harsh balance. Danger is ever present. Hyenas prowl the shadows, leopards slink through the undergrowth, and even rival lions pose a deadly threat. Each day is a test of endurance, every night a gamble with fate. But there are moments of joy. As the cubs grow, they are welcomed into the pride, a tapestry of family bonds where they are groomed, protected, and taught the ways of the wild. The lionesses unite, sharing the burden of motherhood. Together they form a shield of strength, nurturing the next generation with unwavering loyalty. Yet the greatest peril often comes from within their own kind. The approach of unfamiliar males sends a ripple of fear through the pride. When new males seize control, they bring violence and heartbreak. Cubs are mercilessly killed, their mothers left to grieve and defend what little remains. This brutal act, known as infanticide, is nature's cruel way of ensuring the new rulers can sire their own legacy. The cycle of loss and renewal continues, echoing through the generations. Only the strongest, most determined males will survive to claim their place atop the pride. Their roars a testament to the trials they have endured. For young males, the journey is especially perilous. At 2 years old, their world is upended. Driven out by the dominant males, they must leave behind the only family they have ever known. The savanna stretches before them, vast, empty, and filled with uncertainty. Alone, the young lion faces hunger, thirst, and the constant threat of death. Each step is a test of willpower, each night a battle against loneliness and fear. The wilderness is both a prison and a proving ground. Only the most resilient will survive its endless challenges. But hope is not lost. Sometimes these exiles find one another, forging powerful coalitions, brothers in arms, united by necessity and ambition. Together they hunt, rest, and dream of a future where they might one day rule a pride of their own. In unity, they find strength. Their teamwork allows them to bring down prey and defend against the ever-present threat of rival predators. For years, these nomads roam the wild, patrolling vast territories that stretch as far as the eye can see. Every sunrise brings new challenges, every sunset a hard-won victory. They spar and practice, sharpening their claws and their courage, always searching for the pride that will mark their destiny. When the time comes, they face their greatest trial, challenging the reigning kings in battles that shake the earth and echo across the plains. These clashes are brutal, a whirlwind of claws, teeth, and raw power. Victory means a new beginning, defeat a lonely end. For the few who triumph, the reward is immense. The once vulnerable cub now stands as a mighty king, his mane golden in the sunlight, his roar a symbol of survival, strength, and the indomitable spirit of the lion. In the heart of the African bush, where the golden grasses sway beneath a relentless sun and the air vibrates with the tension of predator and prey, size is not always the ultimate measure of toughness. Here, among the giants of the Savanna, a small but indomitable creature roams, one whose spirit is as fierce as the land itself. There is one animal that embodies the very essence of unyielding courage, the honey badger. Despite its modest size, it moves through the wilderness with a confidence that belies its stature, undeterred by the looming shadows of much larger predators. Weighing only between 20 and 35 pounds and measuring about 2.5 feet long, the honey badger is dwarfed by the lions and hyenas that share its world. Yet it is one of the most formidable and fearless mammals on the continent. Its reputation for ferocity is legendary, and for good reason. When threatened, the honey badger transforms into a whirlwind of aggression, baring its teeth and emitting guttural growls that echo across the plains. Even the mighty lion, king of the Savanna, has learned to respect the honey badger's unbreakable will. When a lioness attempts to seize the badger, she finds herself grappling with a creature that refuses to yield. The honey badger twists and turns, its loose, rubbery skin allowing it to spin within the lion's jaws, lashing out with razor-sharp claws and powerful bites. The honey badger's skin is its armor, thick, rubbery, and nearly impervious to teeth, claws, and even the sharpest thorns. A lion's bite, meant to crush and subdue, often fails to penetrate this remarkable hide. For the lion, holding onto a honey badger is like trying to grasp a living, furious sack of marbles. The badger writhes and rolls, never ceasing its relentless struggle, often forcing the predator to release its grip in frustration. But the honey badger's unyielding nature is not reserved for lions alone. It regularly faces down Africa's most venomous snakes, enduring bites that would fell almost any other creature. Even when struck by a black mamba or cobra, the badger may stagger and collapse, only to rise again undeterred and finish its meal. Its astonishing resistance to venom is matched only by its determination. After a brief rest, the honey badger resumes its hunt, consuming the very snake that tried to end its life. This resilience adds to its legend, making it a creature few dare to challenge. The honey badger's intelligence is another weapon in its arsenal. It remembers the locations of burrows and hives, using its formidable claws to dig out scorpions, tortoises, and even small crocodiles. No obstacle is too great, no challenge too daunting. It is famous for its love of honey, braving swarms of angry bees to reach the sweet reward within. The stings, like the bites of lions and snakes, are little more than a nuisance to this relentless survivor. In the wild, the honey badger stands as a symbol of unbreakable spirit. Whether facing the jaws of a lion or the fangs of a deadly snake, it refuses to back down. Its courage, resilience, and sheer refusal to surrender make it a true force of nature, a small but mighty warrior, forever unyielding in the unforgiving heart of Africa. Under the blazing African sun, where the golden grasses sway and the air shimmers with heat, a legendary drama unfolds. Here in the heart of the Savanna, the honey badger's courage is tested against the mightiest of foes, the king of beasts himself. The encounter is a breathtaking spectacle. The lion, a towering symbol of power and dominance, faces off against the honey badger, a creature small in stature but unmatched in spirit. By all logic, the lion's immense size and crushing strength should spell doom for the little badger. The savannah seems to hold its breath, expecting a swift and brutal end. Yet the wild is a place of surprises, where the expected is often overturned by the extraordinary. The honey badger does not cower, it does not flee. Instead it plants its feet firmly in the dust, eyes blazing with defiance. With a snarl it bares its teeth, its body coiled and ready to unleash a storm of fury. Every muscle tenses, every instinct sharpened for survival. When the lion advances, the honey badger erupts into a display of raw aggression, charging, snapping, and growling with a ferocity that belies its size. Its fur bristles, making it appear larger and more formidable. Harsh, rattling growls echo across the grassland as it lunges fearlessly at its colossal adversary. The lion, used to seeing animals scatter in terror, is momentarily stunned. This tiny challenger's audacity is both confusing and unsettling. With a swipe of its massive paw, the lion tries to subdue the badger, but the battle is far from over. The honey badger's skin is thick and loose, allowing it to twist and turn, making it nearly impossible for the lion to land a fatal blow. In a blur of movement, the badger snaps at the lion's vulnerable spots, nose, eyes, even paws, showing no hesitation, no fear, only relentless determination. More often than not, the lion, weighing the risk of injury, chooses to back away. The cost of a wound, even from such a small opponent, is too great in this unforgiving land. A single infected bite could mean disaster, hindering the lion's ability to hunt, defend its pride, or survive the harsh realities of the wild. For the lion, the honey badger is not a meal, but a risk, a living testament to the dangers of underestimating the small and the bold. There are times when even entire prides encircle the honey badger, their golden eyes fixed on this defiant creature. Yet, after tense standoffs, the lions often abandon the fight, leaving the honey badger standing alone, victorious, unbroken, and unbowed. The message is clear. In the wild, courage and tenacity can tip the scales even against overwhelming odds. The honey badger's triumph is not just a victory of tooth and claw, but of spirit, a living legend forged in the crucible of survival. Here, where giants roam and danger lurks at every turn, the honey badger proves that greatness is not measured by size, but by the heart that beats within. Its unwavering will, its refusal to yield, have earned it a place among Africa's most respected creatures. With every bold stand, the honey badger carves its legend deeper into the wild, an icon of resilience, grit, and unbreakable resolve. Even the king of the savannah must sometimes bow to the indomitable spirit of the small, choosing retreat over ruin. In the end, the honey badger's stand is a triumphant reminder. In the wild, true power lies not in muscle or might, but in the courage to never back down. Beneath the soft glow of dawn, when the savannah is painted in shades of gold and blue, a new story quietly unfolds among the tall grasses. Hidden in the safety of the pride, a group of lion cubs, wide-eyed and brimming with curiosity, are about to embark on one of the most important journeys of their young lives, their very first hunt. For weeks, the cubs have watched from the shadows as their mothers stalked, chased, and conquered prey. Their play-fighting and pouncing, seemingly innocent games have been silent lessons, each tumble and leap sharpening their instincts for the challenges ahead. Today, those lessons will be put to the ultimate test. The pride moves with quiet purpose, the experienced lionesses leading the way. The cubs, tails twitching with anticipation, follow closely, mimicking every crouch and pause. The air is thick with the scent of opportunity. A herd of impala grazes just beyond a thicket. The lionesses fan out, signaling the cubs to stay low, to wait, to learn the rhythm of patience. Every muscle in the cubs' bodies quivers with excitement and nerves. Their ears flicker, straining to catch every sound, every whispered command from their mothers. The lead lioness inches forward, her belly pressed to the earth, eyes locked on the target. The cubs, hearts pounding, mirror her movements, each step a lesson in silence and control. Suddenly the signal to strike, a flick of the tail, a surge of energy. The lionesses explode from cover, and the cubs, swept up in the adrenaline, burst forth as well. The chase is chaotic, a blur of golden fur and flashing hooves. The cubs stumble and scramble, their inexperience evident as they misjudge distances and falter in the heat of pursuit. One cub leaps too soon, landing in a tangle of grass. Another hesitates, thrown by the unpredictable zigzag of fleeing prey. The impala escape, swift and agile, vanishing into the safety of the open plain. For the cubs, the hunt ends in breathless defeat, but the lesson is far from over. The mothers return, their eyes gentle but firm. They nuzzle the cubs, offering reassurance and silent encouragement. Failure is not the end, but a vital step in the learning process. Each hunt will teach the cubs a little more about timing, teamwork, and the unspoken language of the pride. As the sun climbs higher, the pride regroups in the shade, the cubs licking their wounds and replaying the morning's adventure. Their spirits remain unbroken. In this wild classroom, perseverance is the greatest teacher, and every mistake brings them closer to the mastery they will one day need to survive. Through patience, repetition, and the unwavering support of their pride, the lion cubs will grow stronger, faster, and wiser. One day they too will lead the charge, their roars echoing across the savannah, a new generation of hunters shaped by the trials and triumphs of their very first hunt. As the sun dips below the horizon, the savannah transforms into a world of shadows and whispers. The once vibrant landscape, now cloaked in darkness, hums with the symphony of nocturnal life. Nightfall brings a chill to the air, and with it a shift in the rhythm of the wild. The lion pride, having retreated to the safety of a dense thicket, stirs as the first stars pierce the velvet sky. The cubs, exhausted from the day's hunt, nestle close to their mothers, their soft purrs blending with the rustling leaves. The lionesses, ever vigilant, keep watch, their eyes glowing like embers in the night. The deep, resonant roar of the pride leader echoes across the plains, a territorial proclamation that reverberates through the stillness. In the distance, the haunting calls of hyenas rise, their laughter eerie and unsettling. They move like phantoms, their keen senses attuned to any sign of weakness or opportunity. The night is their domain, and they roam with a confidence born of experience. A herd of elephants, silhouetted against the moonlit sky, marches silently through the darkness. Their massive forms cast long shadows, and the soft padding of their feet is almost imperceptible. They are the silent guardians of the night, their presence a reminder of the ancient rhythms that govern this land. By the waterhole, a cautious leopard prowls, its spotted coat blending seamlessly with the dappled light filtering through the trees. It moves with stealth and precision, every muscle coiled and ready to spring. The leopard is a master of the night, its solitary existence honed by countless hours of patient stalking. Not far from the pride, a family of warthogs huddles in a burrow, their nervous snorts betraying their unease. The night is fraught with danger for them. Their keen ears pick up the slightest rustle, the faintest hint of movement. They know that survival depends on vigilance and the protection of their underground sanctuary. Above, the sky is a canvas of stars, the Milky Way a shimmering river of light. The calls of nightjars and the distant hoots of owls add to the nocturnal chorus. The savannah is alive with the sounds of life, each rustle, chirp, and call a testament to the delicate balance of this ecosystem. As the hours pass, the darkness deepens, and the savannah's nocturnal inhabitants continue their dance. The lions, now fully alert, rise and stretch, their muscles rippling beneath tawny fur. The hunt is not over, the night offers new opportunities, and the pride moves as one, slipping silently into the shadows. In this world without human presence, the night on the savannah is a time of mystery and wonder. It is a realm where survival is a constant challenge, and every creature must navigate the delicate interplay of predator and prey. As dawn approaches, the first light of day will reveal the outcomes of these nocturnal endeavors, but for now, the savanna remains a place of secrets, where the wild heart of Africa beats strongest in the cover of darkness. In the heart of every lion pride, it is the lioness who weaves the fabric of survival. Their strength is not only measured in muscle, but in the silent bonds that tie the group together, a sisterhood built on trust, cooperation, and unspoken understanding. The lioness is both the provider and the protector, her days and nights shaped by the ever-present demands of the pride. As dawn breaks, lionesses rise before the first rays of sunlight, scanning the horizon with sharp, golden eyes. Their hunting strategies are a masterclass in teamwork. Stealthy and coordinated, the lionesses fan out across the grasslands, communicating with subtle gestures and low, throaty grunts. Each member knows her place in the formation. Some drive the prey forward, while others lie in wait, hidden by the tall grasses. When the time is right, they strike as one, their combined speed and power overwhelming even the swiftest antelope. But the lioness is more than a hunter. She is the heart of the pride's future. Within the safety of the thicket, she tends to her cubs with tireless devotion. Every gentle lick, every playful nudge is a lesson in survival. The cubs learn by watching their mothers how to stalk, how to hide, how to respect the hierarchy that keeps the pride strong. When danger threatens, the lioness stands firm, risking everything to defend her young. Social bonds among lionesses are deep and enduring. Sisters, mothers, and daughters remain together for life, forging alliances that outlast even the reign of mighty males. They share the duties of nursing and grooming, often caring for each other's cubs as if they were their own. This unity ensures that the pride endures through hardship and change, weathering drought, hunger, and the ever-present threat of rival predators. At dusk, as the pride regroups, it is the lioness who leads the way. Her voice, soft, rumbling, reassuring, calls the cubs to her side. In the shadowed grass, she is both sentinel and sanctuary, her presence a promise that the pride will see another day. Through tireless effort and unwavering loyalty, the lioness shapes the destiny of her family. She is the silent architect of the pride's survival, her legacy written in every paw print left on the savanna's ancient soil. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the savanna, the Waterhole becomes a stage for survival. Here, under the cover of twilight, lions and other predators converge, each driven by the unyielding need to quench their thirst. The scene is set for tense and dramatic encounters, where strategies play out and risks are ever present. Lions approach the Waterhole with silent precision, their golden eyes reflecting the fading light. They know that every step must be measured, every movement calculated. The Waterhole is both a lifeline and a battleground. Nearby, a pack of spotted hyenas lurks, their laughter echoing in the still air. These formidable scavengers are not to be underestimated. They, too, seek to drink. But their eyes are also on the lions, ever watchful, ever opportunistic. A standoff ensues. The lions, confident in their strength, hold their ground. The hyenas, relentless and numerous, circle cautiously, testing the boundaries. A low growl from the lioness sends a clear message. This is their claim. Yet the hyenas are undeterred, their numbers giving them a boldness that belies their caution. In the distance, a leopard watches from the branches of an acacia tree. Solitary and stealthy, the leopard waits for the right moment. It knows that a direct confrontation with either lions or hyenas could be fatal. Instead, it bides its time, waiting for the chaos to subside, for an opportunity to drink in peace. The tension mounts as a shadow moves through the grass. A crocodile, silent and ancient, slips into the water. Its presence adds another layer of danger to the already fraught scene. Predators and prey alike are wary. One misstep could mean death. Suddenly, a lioness makes her move. She strides to the water's edge, muscles rippling under her tawny coat. The hyenas hesitate, their laughter dying down to anxious whimpers. The lioness drinks, each sip a declaration of dominance. The hyenas, seeing their chance slipping away, retreat into the shadows, their eyes still fixed on the prize. The leopard, sensing its moment, descends from the tree and approaches the waterhole from the opposite side. It drinks quickly, ears twitching at every sound. The lioness watches, but does not move. There is an unspoken truce, a mutual understanding that tonight the waterhole will not be a place of bloodshed. As the night deepens, the predators disperse, each returning to their territories. The waterhole, once again silent, stands as a testament to the delicate balance of life on the savanna. Here every encounter is a dance of strategy and survival, where the risks are high and the outcomes are uncertain. In this nightly ritual, there are no victors or vanquished, only the unending struggle for existence. The waterhole remains a place of fragile peace, a momentary respite in the relentless cycle of life and death that defines the savanna. Beneath the ghostly glow of the savanna moon, an old lion walks alone. His mane, once dark and full, is now streaked with grey, the scars of 100 battles etched across his weathered face. Each step is slower, each breath a little heavier, but his eyes, amber and wise, still hold the fire of a king. He remembers the days when his roar echoed across the plains, sending antelope fleeing and rivals into hiding. He was a force of nature, fearless and proud, the heart of his pride. Through the seasons he led them, hunting, protecting, teaching the cubs with gentle nuzzles and fierce discipline. The memory of his younger self, bounding through tall grasses, chasing the wind, lingers like the fading scent of rain. Now the pride moves on without him. The younger males, strong and eager, circle the old lion with wary respect. They sense the change, the slow fading of his strength. The lionesses, once his closest allies, keep their distance, tending to the new cubs, their future. The old lion finds solace in the shade of an ancient baobab, watching over his family as he always did, though now from afar. Each day brings new challenges. The hunt grows harder. His limbs ache and his senses are not as sharp. Hyenas test his boundaries, emboldened by his weakness. He fends them off with a growl, a flash of teeth, but they know his time is waning. The old lion stands his ground, dignity intact, refusing to yield without a fight. As night falls, the memories come alive, of tender moments with his pride, of playful tussles with his own cubs, of the first time he claimed his territory beneath the stars. He has lived a life of triumph and loss, of fierce battles and gentle bonds. The savanna has shaped him, and he in turn has left his mark upon it. In his final days, the old lion rests atop a small rise, overlooking the land he ruled for so long. The wind carries the distant calls of his pride, and he knows they are safe. His legacy endures in every paw print, every lesson passed down, every cub that grows strong beneath the African sky. As dawn breaks, the old lion closes his eyes, at peace with the life he has lived. The savanna falls silent for a moment, honouring its fallen king. And as the sun rises, the cycle begins anew, his spirit woven forever into the golden grass, the heartbeat of the wild.